Frank,
Hey,
what is up, man?
I just was going through my Instagram and I saw that. What you doing?
Nothing, man. Just doing these like call-in things. I just been doing them like for a couple months.
Yeah.
I'm like just like backing up photos on hard drives and shit. So I just put it out there, and it's been cool, man. I get like all different types of people calling in, so it's been a good time.
Oh, good.
How's life, man?
No worries. Just trying to figure what the next step is. So,
Have you been working at all?
yeah, I have. I figured ways to do virtual shoots.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. I saw you did like the Hollywood Reporter cover with one of those, right?
I just did another one. And then I did a job for ABC and I have another ABC job. They're trying to figure out ways to do them. I came up with a process to shoot it to be able to shoot galleries for them. So
Oh really? So even the ABC jobs you're doing all virtually?
yeah,
Wow, that's cool, man. Are you open to talking about it, or are you hiding the
it's
secrets? Or
you know what it is. It's a constant learning process. So
yeah,
it's just I figured out all the stupid answers with my tech, Chris Nichols, and he and I sat and so I don't think it's probably a. It's
yeah,
I'm
it's like
not
a
I'm not going to give away the
conversation.
keys to the kingdom, but it's like at the same point I'm making money right now. I'm
True, true.
able to kind of get a few jobs here and there to kind of figure it out. So it's been kind of fun.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I saw like GQ did a cover last month with Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback from the Kansas City Chiefs,
Yeah,
and they had that dude Pari Dukovic. He was in his studio, but then they had like a photo crew at the location, and it was like the camera was like he was firing the camera from New York, but then he
yeah.
still had photo assistants like moving the lights and stuff. So it was kind of like interesting how they were doing
It's well, it's kind of weird. I mean, there's ways to do that, but the thing about it is what I'm coming up against, the entertainment industry does not want. I mean, like unlike commercial work or editorial work,
it. Yeah.
you're able to kind of bump fashion world, probably the fashion world and and commercials and that kind of stuff. You can run in and run out. There's no worries. The entertainment industry has the problem that if you get an actor sick and he can't continue with a project, you're
Yep.
shutting down a massive machine that's moving forward. So there's really in the movie and in the TV industry, even though I've done a job for Showtime, which was fascinating because they're all in New York.
Yep.
I was here, and Howard Sherman, who I've known for years, said, "What do you think? How can we do this?" And I said, "Well, it's easy. It's like so basically what you do nowadays is you set up the whole shoot, and there's a COVID officer, and they come in, and the crew is minimal. I mean, really minimal. You're wearing like face mask and a shield on your
Yep.
face because I'm the closest to the artist.
Yep.
They can't wear a mask, so you have to be respected to them when you're shooting their pictures. You set up a couple of setups, and then as you're shooting, the pictures are going into Zoom,
Yep.
and they're going into like, they could be going to 20 offices, so everyone sees what's going on,
Yeah.
and live. Like every time I shoot a picture, it goes up into the screen, and they're watching the shoot go on. And then what I did for Showtime was I knew the art director, and I just basically put an earphone, like one of those earbuds in, and he talked to me the whole time as I was shooting,
Have you
which was
been?
weird. Which
Have
was
you
weird
been?
to the actor and my assistants because I just started talking, and they were
You're
like,
like
"Are you talking to me?" And I was like, "Yeah,
you're like Secret Service. Hold on one
yeah, hold on, yeah, hold on. We're gonna hold on here for a second. Wait a minute. Something's coming in. Something's coming in right now. Yeah, it was exactly like that. It was but it was very funny. And I'd worked with Cranston before, and he was laughing at me as I was doing it. And my assistant George kept on thinking I was asking to do things because I would say
Mhm.
like So it was a fascinating way to do it. And the I did a big one for ABC in person, and we did 4 days and 3 days, and it was like the art director sat next to me on a monitor, but of course other people wanted to see it, so they put the pictures up again. So every time we shot one, it would go up, and if anyone had any thoughts, they would basically call into the producer and say, hey, this is what's going on, and can we get this more of this or less of that or whatever. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's all doable. Everything's doable. It's just, I mean, but the entertainment industry is the toughest one. I can't go to New York. I can't go
No.
to Canada. I mean, there's 2 week, quarantines for both those places.
Yeah. It's
So
tough, man. And are movie productions happening right now, or is it still
yeah,
kind of
they're
like
ranking back up.
all
Yeah,
right?
people are starting back up again. There's productions going on. There's quite a few productions in Canada. Canada kind of got going quicker than, I mean, probably more than we did. There are things going on here that are
Yep.
happening, but it's not a lot, and it's very. I think people are going to people that they have worked with before, there's no chances being taken, in the sense of, just because, you know, you're trying to figure out who's going to listen, who's going to be respectful, who's going to really kind of,
Yeah.
you know, do this. So it's not an easy process, and you have to be tremendously humble in doing this at this point, more so than normal to me. But I mean, because you really got to know that it's like, boy, I remember I got that first call and they said, we want you to do an in-person shoot. I was almost, you know, felt like I was gonna start crying, going like, oh, we are gonna work again. Oh.
We're getting the band back together, man. We're getting
I think I called George, my assistant, and I said to my first, and he was like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we're gonna work for a couple of days. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is weird. Like I last month I've been picking up, like I did a job for AARP last week and one for the Wall Street Journal, and it's been kind of weird because like the way I shoot, I love shooting like tight head portraits, and I'll get like in people's grill, so I can't really do that anymore. So it's been kind of like
a hazmat suit on. It's like
you put a hazmat suit in the mask. So it's been kind of an interesting. And also, have you found like wearing a mask? Is it you feel like it's harder to connect with your subjects in the in-person shoots you have done? Because I feel like as a photographer, at least for me, like facial expressions and the way you interact with people is like a tool in itself. Like how have you kind of been approaching it?
You know, same way.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't really, they can see my eyes.
Yeah.
So you have to get expressive eyes.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just going to start bouncing.
Over exaggerate, you know, like jazz eyes, you know, get those going. You'll be all fine. So, but you know, it's crazy. It's, you know, anything for work right now. I mean, I'll shoot, you know, I've been trying to give, you know, everyone an opportunity to try different things, and everyone's been giving me opportunities, and I'm really happy with the cover I just shot for the Hollywood Reporter. It's the new wave of what I figured out, so it's a lot more, even more so. And you know, I mean, because they hand you actors, and it's like one's in London, one's in New York, one's in LA. It's like, we want a group shot, and I'm like, cool, we can do that. I'm fine. It's gonna happen.
You did a group shot virtually?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. You know, I mean, it's. I think I can probably talk about it more once it comes out, but it's like, you know, it's a great process, and it's just trying to figure, you know, it's great because to me, the best part of being a photographer is solving the problem. And these are like, and I was actually, prior to doing the shoot, I told Jen Lasky, I said to her, she goes, how you feel about this? I said, I'm fucking terrified. I said, and I love it because I haven't felt that way since I was a kid. You know, like in New York, where someone said, hey, you know, we're calling you to go photograph so-and-so, and, you know, and you got 10 minutes, and you're like, you know, and you're like, oh, fuck, and you get all excited because you're just like nervous energy. And this is what it was. I mean, I don't know. I had no control over about half of what was going to happen. And just the idea that was happening was really exciting. It was like stepping back to being like 20 years old and running around New York City suddenly, you know, with a bag of cameras. So I totally fed on that, and it ended up working out great. So
yeah, it is pretty sick. When you one of the first ones you posted, probably back in like April or something like that, I remember I texted you and I was like, is this fucking for real, man? Is this really shot?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, I started out doing all these models on, you know, I knew several models, like, you know, there was a girl, Shelby, who was she's living in Italy, and I knew that she'd be up for the, you know, because I shot her quite a bit, and I knew that she'd be up for the, you know, the collaboration of trying this, like, what can we do to make this, you know, and she's a photographer herself, an amazing photographer herself, so therefore to kind of like talk to her about light and that kind of stuff, it was great. I didn't have to kind of, you know, so then the next couple after that, I worked with a couple other people, and they saw it, and they kind of approached me, and I did a couple more, and some worked, some didn't, you know, and it was great because it didn't need to be perfect. It could be fucked up. I mean, it kind of added to the, you know, the illustrative illusion of the nude and like how I approached it. But I was able to do all of my little tricks I do in the studio. I was able to do it while working with them. So but when it came up to actually physically do a job, I had to have a real answer to it. Like I had to like say, you're not going to want my little fucked up pictures. You want something that's a little more, you know, reusable. So
yeah, because
you know, the next time, you know, the next thing you do, you figure it out. So
yeah, exactly. Have you tried like printing any of this stuff? Like, is it printable enough to like you could actually? I don't even know if you still have a printed book or anything at this point.
Yeah, some people works. Yeah, it works. I mean, the new process you could actually probably you can do advertising with it. I think you could actually easily do like. I mean, especially nowadays. I mean, if you figure out what they make billboards out of, I mean, there's all these processes they can basically, do
Yeah.
things get larger. But, and most things nowadays, I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, well, probably not your stuff because you're doing stuff for magazines, which at least, well, maybe so. I'm talking back and forth myself right here. Sorry.
It's all right,
I mean,
Frank.
it's how big is something going to be seen is always the question. You've heard that. Like, well,
Yep.
it's only going to be a quarter page in the magazine. It's only going to be a half page. It's only going to be a cover. It's never going to be like it's when you get to the point of someone saying to you, it's going to be a billboard.
Yeah.
Is the rub. That's when you got to go like, well, I don't know, and then that'll go from there.
Yeah.
So
What's
I just jumped on to say hi. I gotta jump off. I wanted to see what was going on with you, but
yeah, man.
be safe.
Thanks, Frank.
I'm
glad
I'm enjoying everything you're doing. You're killing it. So it's keeping me entertained while I sit in my computer and go through all my crap. I just keep turning on all the interviews. So
thanks, man. It helps me keep sane during these weird times, man.
I bet. But yeah, and you were the first. You were the first one to kind of figure out, talk people, and not have to face them, and
Yep. Right on, Frank. Well, hope to see you again in LA once this thing ends, hopefully someday. But otherwise,
either that or I'll buy you a drink in New York. We'll figure it all out. Wherever.
Hell yeah.
Where are you now? You're not in New York. Where are you?
No, I'm in Boston, man.
You're Boston. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what my son was supposed to be.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. What's Berkeley doing? Are they doing like online or what?
All virtual. Yeah. He started 2 days ago. And we turned. I don't know if you remember when the studio.
Yep. This little recording
there was a
thing.
bedroom to the side. There was a guest room.
Yeah.
Well, we took everything out of it and turned it into his dorm room. So.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So and he's be going to school for music, and his classes on the East Coast start at some of them start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, damn! I didn't even think of that. Damn, that's tough.
Yeah. So he's got to, he's going to make noise at 6 a.m. And I'm like, okay, you can move next door. So we just kind of, and it feels like college. He comes home for dinner every night, but I fill the beer fridge downstairs in the art studio.
Damn.
So that kind of works. And, it all fun.
Are you guys going to play beer pong on the weekend? Get that whole,
we're gonna
family
do
going?
Rangers. Yeah, we're going to do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we'll have a bathtub party. We'll do all that kind of crap. Yeah.
Cool, Frank. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
Okay, man. Take care of yourself, and I'll hopefully see you soon, okay?
Yeah, man. Later.
Bye.